The federal government would take 25% of the share of taxation revenues over the next 2 years and leave 75% of those taxation revenues to provinces so that they can fairly deal with their costs and also work with municipalities to make sure that we actually achieve our goals of keeping kids safe and taking the black market out of the market.
The provincial finance ministers came to Ottawa this week looking for a better deal, and guess what? They found it. But they all say this revenue isn't actually a cash grab. Still, recreational pot will have an extra tax of $1 per gram or 10%, whichever ends up being higher. David Cochran now with what that means for the price of legal pot.
The pot sellers sure have changed over the years, but the central issue of splitting the take remains.
We had a particularly good day working together.
A good day because of great flexibility. Ottawa not only moved off its 50-50 split, it capped its take at $100 million a year.
If there's any additional revenue over and above that, it goes back to the provinces.
The tax split is one thing. There's also the question of price. What will Canadians pay for legal pot? Our
best estimate right now is that the total final price, inclusive of GST or PST, or the situation that's different in each province, the harmonized sales tax, will be $10.
By agreeing nationally that we're going to try to keep it uniform, we'll be able to go after the illicit market and the black market, maybe even under $10.
So $10 a gram at most, generating about $400 million in taxes a year. But even that's a guess.
None of the drug dealers seem to be willing to tell us what their sales are. And even if we knew, we don't know for sure what percentage of that market will capture.
Cutting out the black market while making enough to cover costs is one challenge. Cutting in municipalities is another. Bill Morneau moved as much as he did, in part to ensure the provinces could look after their cities.
One of the reasons they're giving more money to the provinces is specifically to cover the municipalities' costs. So it's going to be very important for every province to flow that money through with a minimum of red tape and a minimum of administration.
Municipalities certainly have been speaking to their needs and will continue to engaging in discussion with them.
This deal will be revisited in 2 years when the ministers will have some numbers that aren't just projections, and they will know if governments can make money from selling weed. David Cochran, CBC News, Ottawa.